As a father, I know how hard it is. You know, and these views that I'm about to utter to you are real things. In a lot of our lives. The question is, where do we go for our healing? What do we do for all our traumas? Who can we speak to that can relate to us about our issues, our losses, our abuses, our pains? Trying to be a father while all your life, the only thing you know how to be is a mother, because that's all you ever had was a mother who raised you, did the best she could. Whatever she had, she gave it. You know, watching a woman beat a man and a woman, shit, that'd be confusing to anybody, especially a young boy, a young man. Then on top of that, as you get older, because you have misunderstandings and you don't know the relationship with mommy, dad, or daddy, mom, whatever you want to call her, is strained. And then you carry those unresolved issues through your adolescence into adulthood. And oh well, you carry them straight into some unsuspecting woman who falls for your dumb ass. You're hurt, you're bruised self. Then unintentionally, you hurt or abuse them, or vice versa, because you can't control or maintain your emotional state. It truly sucks to be a black man most of the time. You know, most of us just getting by, trying to compensate for all of the loss or the lack thereof that we think we have, or our feminine tendencies, where we project these sense of entitlements, when in all actuality we're supposed to go out here and wrestle and kill to eat. You know, a lot of these things were put in place for a lot of us before we even arrived in the world. All of the fucked up situations as young black men. All the while being a man and never recognized as one, called nigga, boy, coon, monkey, constantly robbed of any sense of pride or purpose of through propaganda. To this day, using these things to make us beasts or docile. And all the while, our women and children, they look on. How do we get back from that? You know, honestly, man, it's like, damn, you know, you, I can understand why some would lose their mind. You know, everyone has somewhere to go except for us. We are the only ones who have no one to talk to, no one to relate to us, other than ourselves. And usually we're going to get the short end of the stick with that because, hey, we all have a purpose or a position that we're playing within our hurts because we're unhealed. That makes sense to you. I feel sad, man, for those that are coming behind us, man. You know, and in this portion, it's my mind and my thought is like I'm talking to my children. You know, my baby say, "Hey, daddy, can you help me, daddy?" And then my mind says, "Baby, how can daddy help you when shit half the time I can't even help myself? How can daddy be a better man when he was put in park by the greatest thing a man could ever have? You know what that is? A black woman's love, a woman's love, a mother's love. And the mother's love did just what Master wanted to do back in the day. And it has kept us voiceless and non-existent in the society in which we live. How can I help you, baby, when daddy as a whole world, as his adversary? How can daddy help you when the only time I'm worth something is when I can make some provision in a world that has been designed for me not to? A world that's been designed for me not to be the head of my home and be a part of your life. How can I, baby? How can I, most importantly, help you, baby? How can I help you, son? When the woman I profess to the world as a queen is constantly telling the world she don't even need me. Well, queen, I need you. We need you. It's not my fault, daddy, mom. Not my fault that you didn't know how to raise a man, but was willing to silence me to save my life, but for your own selfish feelings. It is a terrible thing to live oppressed. And on the day that they strung my great grandfather from that horse, tarred and feathered him, I would have preferred you slayed me too, than to allow me to go through life the way that I'm going through. Sure, we may go get things, we may get a house, we may get a car, we may have a saving, but to know that your presence is constantly void says a lot about what people view or not view of you. And then they wonder why we feel the way we do when there's an extension of the less than, when you want to go back to the other side and respect him, the one that made us. And I want to share this with you. I want us to watch it together and get an understanding of how it all began.
Let's make a slave. What do we need? First of all, we need a black nigger man, a pregnant nigger woman, and a nigger infant. Second, we will use the same basic principle that we use in breaking a horse, combined with some more sustaining factors. We reduce them from their natural state in nature. Whereas nature provides them with the natural capacity to take care of their needs and the needs of their offspring, we break the natural string of independence from them and thereby create a dependency state so that we may be able to get from them useful production of our business and pleasure. Accordingly, both a wild horse and a wild or natural nigger is dangerous if captured, for they will have the tendency to seek their customary freedom and, in doing so, might kill you in your sleep. You cannot rest. They sleep while you are awake and are awake while you are asleep. They are dangerous near the family house, and it requires too much labor to watch them away from the house. Above all, you cannot get them to work in this natural state. Hence, both the horse and the nigger must be broken. That is, breaking them from one form of mental life to another. Keep the body, take the mind. In other words, break the will to resist. When it comes to breaking the uncivilized nigger, take the meanest and most restless nigger. Strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggers, the female, and the nigger infant. Tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a different horse, faced in opposite directions. Set him afire, and beat both horses to pull him apart in front of the remaining nigger. The next step is to take a bullwhip and beat the remaining nigger males to the point of death in front of the female and the infant. Do not kill him, but put the fear of life in him, for he can be useful for future breeding. Understanding is the best thing. Therefore, we shall go deeper into this area of the subject concerning what we have produced in the female. We have reversed the relationship.
Hmm.
We reverse nature by burning and pulling one uncivilized nigger apart and bullwhipping the other to the point of death, all in the female nigger's presence. By her being left alone, unprotected, with the male image destroyed, the ordeal caused her to move from her psychological dependent state to a frozen independent state. In this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offspring in reversed roles. For fear of the young man's life, she will psychologically train him to be mentally weak and dependent, but physically strong. Because she has become psychologically independent, she will train her female offspring to be psychologically independent as well. Now, what have you got? You've got the nigger woman out front and the nigger man behind and scared. This is a perfect situation for sound sleep and economics.
Where it all began. And there's a continuum today. As we look about the media, we don't have a voice. We don't control or own anything. Even those that we think that own it, they don't own shit. They're merely puppets. So they merely pop the quote unquote femboys, or those that they can control out of fear, or they can leverage things against us to keep us silent. And we wonder why we can't get along in our relationships. And we wonder why they say that the most successful relationship in an interracial or otherwise dating sphere is a black woman and a white man. I'm not racist. Not like that. I have my biases, and we all do. I believe that before you can speak about love or loving someone else, those that talk that shit should walk that shit, i.e., they need to reach across the lines and restore some of the things that were stolen or taken. But the reason why they say that that relationship works is because the white man is considered an alpha, as well as the black woman is considered an alpha. And the process is that although they are both alphas, they don't conflict. They allow each other to be who they are in those situations, but there are undertones, which a lot of people don't recognize, and they will never go anywhere, i.e., the exotic nature of control, whether it's a mental thing or a physical thing. We know we have a lot of narcissists out here. We have a lot of undercover feelings and emotions about one another. It saddens me. It hurts me every day. I made my mind up years ago that as a black man moving about in the world, I would rob the world for anything I could rob it for. The establishment, that is. Not its people, but the establishment. Do I feel that way today? Yeah. But I don't have another bid or scrimmage or battle in me to pursue it. So this is my platform. I hope this falls on someone's ears who needs to hear it. Check you and those around you. Brothers, keep pushing to be as strong as you can be. The fight it is yours, but choose how you fight. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Silence, a lot of times, is more stronger than the fist. Move accordingly. Structure your life. Become the example. You don't have to live subhuman and subservient anymore. Kings, my brothers, we're powerful. They fear us. They always have. This is why they went to the extent to subdue us. Sisters, recognize who you have in your presence. Recognize, even in your sons, as you look in their eyes, don't protect them by silencing them. Send them out to battle. Give them all they need. Equip them. For it is better to die a soldier than to die a coward every day. Revolution.